Hanukkah, everybody. It's beautiful. Chag Sameach. Nice to see everybody together tonight. Hanukkah, a lot of people like to say Hanukkah is a minor holiday, but really Hanukkah is a major holiday, just maybe in a minor key. There's tremendous beauty in this holiday. My ancestor, the Maharal of Prague, wrote a whole book, Ner Mitzvah, just about Hanukkah and the depth and beauty of this day. And that book taught people throughout the generations, since he wrote that back in the 1500s, the depth of these 8 days. And one of the people who was inspired by that was the Rabbi of Berditchev in Ukraine, where now there's so much pain and suffering and war. And so I thought it was worthwhile to share something that the Rabbi of Berditchev, I once made a pilgrimage to his grave in Berditchev in Ukraine many years ago. And he's considered one of the great saints of the Jewish people, that we say that he's our defense attorney before the court of heaven. That was his way of viewing the world and always seeing positive in everything and everyone. And so the Rebbe of Berditchev said like this, that there's two opinions in the Talmud about the light of Hanukkah. And the opinion that we follow is that the light of the Hanukkah menorah cannot be used for anything. That's one of the reasons we like the Shamas, is because we cannot read from that light of the actual mitzvah of Hanukkah. It can only be dedicated totally for the mitzvah. And the Berditchever said like this, in Kedushas Levi, that he says the following parable. He says there could be a poor person who the king comes to visit him. And on one hand, he's impressed because of the riches that the king might bring with him to share with those people, and that he comes to visit this poor person's house and he's showing some valuable item that he wants to share with him. But if that poor person is truly wise, says Reb Levi Yitzchok, he understands that whatever valuable item the king is sharing with him is nothing compared to the riches that he has in his palace. But the very fact that the king is there with him is greater than any riches that he could show. And that is the meaning of why we say we can't use the light of the Hanukkah candles, because on one hand, great miracles have happened through history. We read throughout the scripture, and we celebrate the benefit that we had from those miracles. But I've heard some people recently, there was one comedian I saw on YouTube, and he was making fun of, what's the big deal that light lasted for 8 nights? That's such a big miracle. That's not the point. You're missing the point if that's what the question is. The point is the miracle represents that God is with us. No matter what, even in the most difficult times, in the darkest times, God is here with us. One of the things that Maharal always talked about was that the Hellenists brought darkness. Why? What was the darkness? They were people of great wisdom, because their wisdom just fit in a book. When Ptolemy asked the rabbis to translate the Torah, the Septuagint, he just wanted it to be a book on the shelf. Our Torah is a living Torah that gives us life. And the light of the Hanukkah candles represents that it's not just a cold book on the shelf, but the wisdom of Torah is a wisdom that can be throughout all generations, illuminating us, because it's the living God who is here with us even in the darkest times. And so my prayer and blessing to all of you is that you should enjoy this very holy season, that God is with us in this time, and even when things seem difficult and dark, know that the Spirit of God is hovering over the waters after that darkness, and that whatever difficulties we find in life, God is here with us, and that's the miracle of Hanukkah. That's the message of that little bit of oil, is that no matter what happens, and the same things, we're here with you. The Torah is still alive here in Bethel, in the house of God, in this town. And we're here for you, whatever you need throughout the year. We're here all year round in the synagogue and in the community in general. God bless you, and a happy Hanukkah.
Thank you. Thank you.